Hello, Facebook. Okay, I have a real question for you guys. How long can lemon juice in water sit on my desk until it's bad? Here's a genuine question. I actually don't know the answer to that. Hello. I see the people's popping on. So this is the real question. Does lemon juice go bad if it's sitting on the counter all day? If it's sitting on my desk all day? I don't know. Can I drink the lemon water or not? You guys need to let me know below if somebody actually knows the answer to that question. Good evening. Happy Saturday. Is it Saturday? It's Saturday. Happy Saturday. I just had the world's greatest Italian food. And I'm really excited to share this topic today. Hello. Hi. Okay, if you're on the replay, hashtag I'm here. If you're one of my friends and you're hopping on, say hello to me so I can say hi back to you. If you're brand new to me and you've never seen any of my stuff before, let me know. As long as you keep it out of the sunlight. Thank you, Tommy, because I'm really thirsty and it's the only drink I have here. Let's see if it's good. Oh yeah, totally good. Okay, lemon juice. Ooh, sorry. I just had a phone call come in. Hi, Heather. Thanks, Tommy. Okay, yes, so, oh, good grief. Hold on. Let me shut this off because my phone's blowing up. Okay, so the moon is on. Oh, my phone just rang like 3 times right in a row. Sorry. Hey, Joshua. Okay, so here's the deal. Josh Gullidge. Oh my God, I used to be in the Marine Corps with you. Wow, it's been a minute. How are you? Hey, Maddie. Okay, so here's the deal. Saving a ton of time. I don't think this is going to be a conversation that you thought it was going to be, but it's an honest conversation. I was just sitting down. I was finishing up the 21-day content for the Love Your Way Rich program. Oh my God, it's such fire in that program. I'm so excited. The doors are closed. I snuck one person in past the door time, which I don't usually do. And I realized as I was creating this content, and it was just like so much stuff that I've learned I am so grateful to have learned this stuff in my life, like so thankful and so grateful. And I was thinking like, man, like I'm pumping out 21 days of content for that and 30 days of the new program coming up, which by the way, the new program is 30 days of done for you PDFs and templates. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute, but it's mandyperry.com/templates if you want to check that out. It's ridiculous amounts of content. So I was like banging out all this content and just like, okay, I don't know how this is going to sound, but I'm just going to say it because you guys know how I roll, right? So I was sitting there and I was thinking, how do I know this much stuff? Like, how do I have this much valuable stuff to give? And I was thinking about how valuable the content is. And I wasn't trying to toot my own horn. It was a genuine question. I was asking myself, like, how am I able to sit here and just pound out so much content and then be all done? Like I literally can have like 2 entire programs all done in a night while I'm eating my Italian pasta and have plenty of stuff to say for the new programs and on my Facebook Lives and in, the free trainings that I run and all the stuff that I'm doing, right? Oh, well, I'm happy you're here for 5 minutes, Ruth. So thanks for saying hi. So I was wondering that and I started thinking about like how I started and how I started learning and how I learned so fast and how I got to the place in my business where I can bang out so much content, right? Because here's the deal. I take one-on-one calls, 2-hour calls. If you're interested, just PM me, I'll let you know the investment. So I'll do 2-hour calls with my clients and I have a couple different ones. I have one where I'll like basically go through their entire life and I'll help them organize everything, put everything in priority and have daily goals. And we do like daily minimums and everything, right? And then I have another one where I'll create an entire program with them. I'll literally like pick their brain, siphon their brain, pull it out, put it in order for them and give them their entire, like, here's your online program and here's your marketing plan for your program. So, hi Jackie. So, as I'm doing these calls, I realized like this is stuff that I can do so fast. It's just like so easy for me to do. So when I was sitting there at the table, this is the stuff that was going through my head and I was thinking like, but wait a minute, why am I not teaching them that, right? Like, why am I not teaching them how to work smarter? Like, I've never talked about that. In the whole entire year, hi Amy! In the whole entire time I've been running my business, never have I actually taught about working smarter, right? I've talked about how I let everything be easy. I mean, I was a single mom with 2 kids. I was going to school. I was working as a nanny. Like, of course, I didn't really have a choice. Like, whatever I did needed to be easy. So just out of necessity, I learned to hack my entire business. So I was sitting there thinking about that. And then of course I realized I don't don't even know if people believe that there's a thing that you really can work smarter. And I was thinking, how did I learn to work smarter? Because I remember in the beginning of my business when I didn't know how to find resources. I didn't know how to, it was like the dumbest things were driving me crazy. Like if I was writing a blog, how did I get the blog and share it onto my phone without having to like go and copy and paste it and then send it to something else and then upload it or send it through my email? And it was like, all these little things were driving me friggin' crazy. And it took me a long time for me to learn the hacks and stuff. So I thought, well, this has really been a process for me to learn how to work smarter. Now, the first thing that I did, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Of course, in this program that I'm running, the 30 days of success hacks that I'm doing, of course, having those hacks is amazing. But I could hand you those hacks and it actually still won't help you if you don't understand this piece right here. So this is real, right? And I was like, you can't tell them that, man. You're going to screw yourself selling your program. I really had that thought. Come on, guys, I'm human, right? So I had this thought, I'm like, you're going to totally screw yourself because a whole bunch of people are going to be like, well, I'm not ready for that. So, but then I was like, well, that's what it is, right? Like I live my life in integrity. So I'm going to tell you guys the truth so that you understand, because you can have 30 PDFs all hacked out for you. Like the amount of that, like when we're done with this, go to the website, mandypierre.com/templates and just look at the amount of shit that I'm doing for you guys. It's next level stuff. But if you had all of those printed out and put in front of you and hung on your wall, all nice and organized for you to do, you probably still wouldn't actually implement 90% of them. And here's why. The reason why is because you haven't learned the concept of working smarter, right? So meaning when you're moving forward in your business or in your life, it doesn't matter. I don't care which area of your life you're trying to do better on, right? Yes, work smarter, not harder. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Jackie. When you're particularly in this business, it's not the same as every other business, but when you're doing some kind of like artist work, coaching, mentorship, teacher, inspirational, motivational speaker, any of these kind of things, like anything in this field, right? Even if you have like an online program or something where it's just digital, something like that, it's all the same for this, right? In this field in here, you need to learn how to handle pressure and you need to know which thing to prioritize. So basically, I'm going to teach you guys that now and give value for the people who move forward and join the 30-day group. You guys are going to have this ahead of time, and I'm going to remind you guys in the group relentlessly as I'm dropping these things, the power moves that you need to do in order for all of the hacks that I'm handing to you to actually be fulfilled and integrated into your life. Because just knowing them in your head, what the hell does that matter? I can teach you every single one of the hacks that I've learned over the few years. That's because my business scaled. It is what it is, right? Like the thing I'm known for is scaling so fast, so rapidly in this business. It's unheard of how fast my business has gone in 3 years, right? Global in the first year. By the end of the first year, my business was global organically. It's absolutely insane. So these hacks are a big deal, but you are not going to implement them if you don't understand the idea of like, okay, instead of being basically like pulled in all directions, like, oh, this lady started a podcast, I should do a podcast. And oh, she wrote a book and I should write a book. And oh, he made this digital program and I should do a digital program. And oh, she's teaching about this diet thing and I know that and I've done that, so I should do that too. And like, we just get, oh, I need to do this, this Facebook thing and I need to start ads and I need to do this and I need to, do whatever background thing that this person has and I need to make my website look fancy like that person's website and all this bullshit that never friggin' mattered. That's the number one thing that I do for my clients. I teach you how to scale fast because I teach you how to work smarter. And I never really put my finger on that. I knew that I accelerated, right? That I help people accelerate their results, but I never thought about the fact that I teach them how to work smarter, how to make that shit easy. And the reason it's easy isn't just because I've simplified it and I've taken out the extra stuff. It's because I support my clients in helping them identify what the next power move is for them. Like, what is your actual freaking goal? And is the thing that you're choosing to do right now in alignment with you reaching that goal, or are you squirreling out? Right? So many people just squirrel out so bad, and you have free webinars and free like everything out there, and people are doing so many different things and nobody's really clear what their path is. So this is what I did. Not only did I create 30 incredible pieces of content done for you, hacks that are literally spelled that you can print every single one of them, you're gonna have them. You got bonus audios, you got bonus trainings. The first 20 people get to do only those 20 people get to do a private Q&A with me where you guys will have access to everything, and I'm gonna teach you some amazing shit in that too. So not only do you get all of that, and wait till you see the price, you guys are gonna crap your pants. It's just amazing, right? However, I specifically chose ones that are the things that are the most important to be focused on. So I have like other hacks for like different silly things, and you guys can recommend anything in the group because I'm happy to just bang pound content in there and just create other hacks that you guys, if it's something I haven't created yet but I know tips for, or other ones that we have because I have endless amounts of them, obviously, right? Running a global business. But I chose the ones that, like, if you hack these things, you are scaling fast. Like, these are the most important ones. It's a mixture of to-dos and mindset stuff. You guys will see, I literally listed out the whole entire list for you guys. I listed out the bonuses you get, the audios, the videos. I listed out everything that you guys get. It's next level. So when's the last time you thought about working smarter? Do you really understand and know how to work smarter? Do you know how to work smarter specifically for your business and what you want your business to look like? And have you designed a way to work smarter to save yourself endless amounts of time by only actually doing the things that help you reach your goals? So when you guys go look through there, I'm guaranteeing that the list of things are direct things for you to learn how to reach your goals. And there are ones that you sometimes ignore. There are ones that feel confusing and hard that maybe you're watching free webinars for, or there are ones that maybe haven't been on your radar yet. So there's probably going to be a mixture of the three in there, but what you're going to see is having those laid out for you and having these done for hacks for you, like literally for you to just go, I couldn't imagine if I had access to these in like year 1 or 2 of my business. I can't even imagine if somebody had literally just handed down like, hey, here's the step-by-step on how to do this, and by the way, here's all the ways to make it super easy. I would freaking die. I can't even, like, I honestly can't even. And then I was thinking, how did I not think of this before? I give templates in all the programs I run, but literally just take all of them and be like, hey, here's basically the masterpiece, the back-end blueprint of my entire business. Here you go. Yeah, I'm super excited to do it. And while I support you guys in staying on track with your tasks, right? So, half of these things maybe you're going to take and you're going to put on the stack in the back end, and you're going to take a few of them and put them on the front end because those are the direct ones for you reaching your goal. And that's how we're not only going to accelerate the results, you're going to scale while you accelerate, and you're going to work smarter, and you're going to save yourself a bunch of time. So it's not just about getting the results. That's great, right? But when I got the results, it was about also cutting my hours in half so that I can spend endless amounts of time going to play and hanging out with my family and my kids and scaling other parts of my life, not just my business, maybe my wardrobe or my body or my relationship or romance or whatever other parts, cooking and my house and redecorating my house. And I get to spend time doing all of those things, traveling, spending time with my friends. I just spent almost a month and a half up visiting my brother and sister who just had kids and hanging out with my family. I mean, it's just endless amounts of that time because you learn to work smarter and to have, like, the bravest thing that you could do is trust somebody else to hand down the wisdom to you. Success leaves clues. It leaves clues. And if you're willing to look at the clues and you're willing to follow along, the way that you choose someone is if, like, you can really hear their voice. Like, they say something to you and you're like, yeah, I can really hear that. Like, I get it. That's the people you stay closer to, the people that have the result that you want, but you can really hear their voice. There's different personalities. Some people maybe not like my big personality and the way that I show up. Some people love it and it's energizing and motivating to them. That's great. It is what it is, right? But to have someone be able to show you, like, hey, here's how to do all these things really easy is beyond valuable. And this was the thing that I was wondering. I was wondering if the fact that there's so much free shit out there and people have, just listen to me for a second, because this, I swear this could change everything for you. I'm telling you, this right here could change everything for you. When we've been in a culture where there's so much free shit everywhere and everyone is absorbing all of this stuff, we tend to actually forget the value of the things that are specifically designed for us to reach our goal, because we've stopped like pushing everything up. Like, like those race horses, they have those binders on and they run and they can't, like, that's it. They're just going towards the goal. That's what we need to do. We just need to put the binders on and we need to go towards the goal. And we need to pull in resources that are going to save us time, save us money, and are going to keep us on track with reaching our goals in a very easy way, so that we're actually not only showing up masterfully and we're utilizing things and we're hacking them, like actually hacking the thing we're doing, but we're also freeing up all of the time on the other end so we can go play and we can recuperate and we can be happy and we can feel good and look good. And when you feel good, you do good. So then when you're coming back to hack those tasks, you're going to bang them out twice as fast and you're going to bring the best of you and put it there. Do you see what I'm saying? Because first it's been hacked out for you, but then you remember to actually go play with the time that you had. Hey, Todd. Hello. Okay, so does this make sense to you guys? So what I'm saying is work smarter, meaning get the hacks, right? Like this, like if you never do another program of mine again, do this program. I'm going to say that so bluntly. I'm going to say it that bluntly. If you never do another one of my programs, do this program. This is how valuable this program is, okay? So you're going to have the hacks available for you. There you are. But not just that. Then we're going to organize and we're going to designate which ones we're doing first based on our actual goals. And we're going to put our blinders on and we're going to ignore every other thing. You'll have the resources there and available for you. They'll be in the membership. You can print them out. They're in the membership indefinitely for you. And also we're doing Q&As once a week. So every single week I'm going to be on there for Q&A. So you can ask any questions about any of the hacks that you want to. Get that stuff organized, put it aside, and pick out the ones that are getting you right to your very next goal. And be the person in the group who's actually asking, like show up, pay attention, and ask for what you need, because we'll create that for you. Does that make sense? Okay, so working smarter, putting on the binders, ignoring all the other stuff. Go check out the program. I would not miss this program. End of story. I would absolutely not miss this program. Wait till you guys go see it. MandyPerry.com/templates. Actually, I should drop it in the comments for you guys. If you have any questions, people always have questions. Feel free to just drop it in the comments and tag me. Just do the @ sign, and then when my name comes up, it highlights, and as long as it's highlighted, then you'll see it. Oh, we got people joining right now. I got the dinging going on. Okay. MandyPerry.com/templates. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited. And here's the other thing. There's another part of working smarter that I didn't really want to say either. Part of working smarter is having the balls to invest in things. Like I just had a client of mine who's in one of my programs. She's a client, and she was asking, do I ever have 2 mentors? And of course I just answered her like, yes, oftentimes I have 2 mentors. Right now I have 1. Usually I have more than 1 mentor. You know, like I'm learning from different things and different angles because I can now. I can absorb really fast. And she got a second mentor, and I was so proud of her. Like, it takes huge balls to do that. She had 1 huge month, right? We were celebrating her first 30K month. And then she was asking questions about like, is it stupid? Is it silly? Like I'm scared, but like I could tell it was completely in alignment. It's not alignment for everyone. We do whatever our soul calls us to do. But when something's in alignment for you and it's scary as shit, and we leap and we actually take action and back that, that's when all the results happen. And then we stay consistent doing that kind of stuff. Now, to work smarter, it really requires a set of balls. It really does. I mean, it requires courage and bravery for us to actually back the things that so when you have, like when we're talking about success leaves clues, when we hire a mentor, when I look back at my business, people ask all the time, like, what's the biggest thing you contributed to? 2 things I contribute my success to. I hired a mentor, because Stacy and Carrie from HCI told me, get a mentor, and I hired a mentor. It was the first thing I did. I got a mentor, right? And that mentor, I was the only person who got results out of that whole entire program. There was like 36 people, and I was the only person that got results in there. But I heard it. Someone told me, I knew it would work because somebody told me it would. I hired a mentor, and I decided that I was going to get the results and the rewards that I wanted from that program. And every penny I invested, I was going to be able to get that money back. Times 10. I was just going to be able to like double and triple the investments that I made. And now I did that, and I sat there and I asked every single question that I had come up to me to ask. And I asked every stupid question. I exposed a lot of stuff that were embarrassing for me to expose, but that I was really confused about or really like didn't understand. And I relentlessly just chased the thing and just stayed in it. Now, everyone around me wasn't getting results, but I didn't let that shit matter at all, right? Like I just did it. And I'm still friends with a lot of people that were in there, and I love them to death, but I didn't let that shit bother me because I was on a mission. I had those blinders on. And one of the things when I look back, absolutely, like if there's the people out there who keep trying to like dabble and you know, trying to get things and do it themselves, the pace they're going to take is going to be monotonous. I mean, it's just going to be so frustrating because you're just going to keep slowly staying in it. But when you get around the energy of somebody who's doing it, you get around the energy of other people are showing up, they're working hard, they believe in themselves, they believe in their worth, they're working through all the things that society taught us that, you know, we can't own our shit and we can't be big and we can't be bright and it's scary and it's dangerous and what if you fail? And like, you know, is failing much harder than the apathy that's happening right now? When you're not showing up, failing is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. So part of being able to work smarter is actually being brave enough for you to back what you desire. So whatever support you desire, That's the thing you need to back. And maybe you don't know how it's going to work out that second or third month or that second or third payment. Who the hell cares? You don't need to know. What you need to know is the one step in front of you. What's the one thing that you feel yourself being called to? What's the one thing that you know to do right now? Because when you make the decision and you invest in yourself on that, so many people when they invest, let's say my Diamond Mastermind, and they hop in and they haven't even been on their first one-on-one call with me. They haven't even been on one of the back end, lives that are created for them. They haven't even got to see anything. All they did was make the investment and push that button. They believed in themselves, they made a decision, and they backed it. A decision isn't a decision until you've actually taken action. So once you've taken that action, a decision is made. Once they've done that, the scaling starts to happen right then. All of a sudden, the stuff on their back end, everything that they're doing, it all starts to scale. They already started expanding into the next level version of themselves just for making that investment in themselves. So your work is to do the one thing in front of you that you know that's brave for you to do. The one thing that you know to do, and you trust that you trust your instincts, right? You trust your decisions, and then you also trust the support that you invested in. So whether it's hiring for your team, or it's purchasing the program that I have right now, the templates program, or it's hiring a cleaner for your house, whatever the thing is, you don't have to know how it's all going to work out. You don't need to predict month 2, week 2, payment 2, client 2, etc., etc. The only thing that you need to do is be really honest with yourself right now about what you desire. And here's the other thing. Who you are before you get support is not indicative of who you're going to be with support, obviously. And so if you've shown up a certain way, the past is not indicative of what's possible for you in the future. So I've showed up this way up until now, and now I opted in for support. That made me grow. Then I have the support. That's going to help me grow. It's a completely different human being in a completely different circumstance. So why would we then predict that the same stuff that happened while we didn't have support is going to happen with support? That's been heavy on my heart for like the last couple of weeks. Like, I see that mischief going on, and these are some really basic things that we just gotta decide. Like, I just am decided I'm unavailable for that concept anymore. I'm unavailable for taking my past and throwing it into my future. I decide I motherfucking get to have this life. The life that I long for, the love that I long for, the experience that I long for, the connection with my children that I long for, the environment that I long for, the clothes and the fun and the experience and the home and the car and the traveling and the vacations and the clients and the fun and the all of it. That you get to have it, end of story. But it's going to require some bravery, and we got to be a little bit smarter. Brave and smart, those are the only two things that you need to do. Honestly, be brave enough to tell the truth about what it is that you really want, and then be brave enough to take the first step to doing it. And I'm telling you, you won't know the second step or the third step. And the path, if you can see the whole path, the path is not yours. I say it all the time. It's somebody else's. You looked at someone else's life and you sort of figured out how they got there or what they were doing, and then you sort of put yourself on their path and you're thinking that's your life. No, it's not. That's why it feels so hard. Your path, you only know one step in front of you. When you're really showing up big, when you're really going for it, when you're playing a big game, when you're shooting for your dreams and you're not just playing to not fail, when you're playing to win, like I'm playing to win my vision, I'm clear about my vision, I'm going to admit my vision, and I'm going to show up for it, you'll know one step in front of you, and it's going to scare the shit out of you. Every person that has massive breakthrough says, oh my God, this is scary as hell, but I'm doing it. That's what all my clients say right before they have massive breakthrough. This is so scary, Mandy, but I'm going to do it. And you need to tell yourself the full truth. Don't be playing small and be like, well, I really want this, but I'm going to go for this because this feels easier. You're designed to withstand pressure. You are. You're designed to withstand pressure. And when you put that pressure on, that's when you're going to utilize things correctly. When you put your ass in a position where you have no choice but to show up, do you really think you're going to squirrel out and do all these other things that you know damn well you shouldn't be doing? All the things that don't bring in clients, don't bring in money, don't bring in sales, don't bring in the experience of life that you want, don't bring in any of the things that you want. You're just telling yourself you should because now I'm actually busy and doing something and I feel better. No. So here's my call to action. Yes, working smarter, but we got to be brave. We have to be brave enough to do the things that put us under some pressure so that we will grow and we will expand and we will stop doing all the mischievous things. How much are you going to appreciate? Let's say you join this 30-day templates program, right? So now you're in there and you're having these every single day. There's a new template being dropped for you and you're like, holy shit, I now know how to do all these things I didn't know how to do. And they're all sitting there and you organize them in a file like this is what I'm going to do first and next. I'm going to accomplish all this shit in my life, right? And then you were just under pressure. Like you invested in something really big and you had no idea how you were going to make the next payment or you were going to make it happen, how you were going to grow into the person required in order for you to make the result. And then all of a sudden you get all these hacks in your life. How much more valuable is this kind of stuff? Because you're showing up and doing the work. Just like my clients, when they show up on the half hour now for my Diamond Mastermind, when they show up on the half-hour calls in the Diamond Mastermind, and they showed up that week, and they tried things, and they did things, and okay, this worked, and this worked, and I got huge results here, but this didn't, and I failed this, and I failed miserably about this. What do you suggest I do about this, Mandy? Do you know how easy that is for me to coach? That's like the easiest thing, and I'm like, right, because it's very predictable for me. I've already done it. I've already been there, right? I remember how I felt when that was going on. Humans are pretty much the same. There's the basic top things that are always going on. It was very easy for me to like look at my clients and be like, okay, I can see the mischief going on there. I can see what they need to do, the work they need to do. I can see the impediments they have or the excuses or justifications that have been working up until now. I help them rewire those, right? It's very easy to coach people that way. But if we're not being brave and we're not putting ourselves under pressure, then we're going to squirrel out and keep doing all these other things. And then you're just going to pull in a whole bunch more resources and you're not going to scale. So even though I knew some people, there's going to be some people that are going to be like, well, I don't trust myself to be disciplined enough to actually choose the ones that are the right ones for me moving forward so that I'm staying on task with my goal, then maybe this isn't the program for you, right? I mean, it's just not then. And maybe that then I won't be able to connect with people in this group, but that's okay. I'm okay with that because I also know that there's a whole bunch of people who are sick and tired of not breaking through and not doing the shit that they're supposed to do. And they're sick and tired of wasting time doing a bunch of things, trying to figure shit out instead of being really clear what their next goal is and then having hacks to be able to break through to do that. Utilizing someone who's already been there and gotten the results and have them hand down the success of, here you go, this is how you do it. Now you just have to be brave enough to opt into that and then brave enough to back your vision, relentlessly back your vision, because I can't teach you that. I can't help you have fire and passion for your own vision in your life, and I can't make you be brave enough to tell the truth about what you want in your life. I can't do those things for you. But I can friggin' hand you these templates and I can remind you the whole entire time how to use them smart, right? I cannot do the other two for you. So you're gonna have to be brave on your own, and you're gonna have to be really honest about what you wanna create in your life, and then you're gonna have to be savvy enough, and I'll remind you the whole entire 30 days to stay on task with what your goal is and use the resources that are helping you reach your goal. Put the rest aside for when you get there. They'll be there and available for you, right? The templates group starts the 16th. I do believe, whatever that Monday is. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be the 19th. We start the 16th, September 16th. So in like a week and a half, something like that. That's the same day my son gets his license or takes his driver's test. Okay. Any other questions? I'd love to hear how you guys feel about working smarter. And I'd love to hear what you guys feel about there's some controversy about this, right? Like some people feel like, well, I don't like to live under pressure. I just want this to be easy. Well, good luck trying to grow when you're just complacent and like, oh no, this feels more comfortable. I like this. No. I went through a season of that, like maybe you don't have to be under pressure. Maybe it just, no, you know how it's easy under pressure? You put yourself under pressure, right? Let's say I made a $100,000 investment. That would probably shake me up a little bit right now. If I made a $100,000 investment right now, I make a $100,000 investment and then I have to hit my biggest months the next 3 months. Now I feel that pressure. Some people identify with that pressure as like unhealthy or bad. Well, if you identify with pressure of going to reach your goals and having now committed to something that requires you to show up to the next level version of you, if you identify with that as negative pressure, it will feel like negative pressure to you. But if it's actually very healthy for the body, when you're reaching goals and you're under that tension or pressure, it doesn't register to the body as trauma the way that like actual stress registers to the body, unless you make it do that. So that's on you. Your work isn't to alleviate the pressure and to not do brave, bold things that put you in a position where you have to show up differently. Your work is to put yourself in that position and then expand into the human being who can handle that pressure easily. When I was in the beginning of my business, what I could handle was so different than what I can handle now. I can handle an exponential amount of pressure compared to what it was in the beginning. So of course I'm tempted when I do things to go to the next level. I'm tempted to feel like it's stressful or feel like it's bad. And I remember for a season, I kind of teetered with it maybe this is bullshit. Maybe the whole like put yourself under pressure and grow and expand, like maybe that whole thing is kind of narcissistic and bullshit. And I think endlessly doing that with no goal in mind and not having a vision for yourself probably is, right? But having a vision for yourself and then really expanding to the next level version of yourself over and over, that's where happiness comes from. That's where happiness comes from. If you're bored, or if you're flat, or if you're stressed the fuck out, or if you're, you're feeling depressed or any of these kind of things, it's from not putting yourself in a position of pressure where you're required to grow. It's from not doing that. Depression is like, I don't see a future I don't see how a future can be built for myself. Like I just feel like my future is not gonna, like it's bleak, right? And anxiety is, I don't feel like I can trust myself to handle the things that I need to do in my life. That's what those two are. So guess what solves both of those? Putting your ass under pressure. Put your ass up against the wall where you have no choice but to show up to that next level. Make a commitment, take an action, put yourself in a position where you have no choice but to show up to that next level, and watch. You mark my words. Yes, it's gonna feel a little bit stressful. And yes, you're gonna have to learn how to recalibrate yourself to feel that new level of pressure and feel comfortable there and readjust there. But you'll be shocked at how fast you do. You'll be shocked at how fast you grow. You'll be shocked at the results that you get. And that's when everybody else around you starts saying, how did you do that? Hey, how did you do all of that? How did you get that much done? How did you get those results? How did you make that happen? And people can't understand because they have in their head that they think putting yourself in a position like that is unhealthy or it's bad for you. No, it's where joy and expansion and happiness and feeling fully alive and feeling that fire and that passion in your life, that's where it's born. When you make something that's in alignment with you, it can't just be any arbitrary pressure, right? I've got this. Yeah, you do, sister. Hi, Laura. Yeah, you can go back. If you hopped on now, just go back at the beginning and watch. But if you just understand how the brain works or the human body works, you'll begin to understand that it's really, really important for you to strive to be the next level version of yourself and to be expanding as a human being in a way that's in integrity and in value for you. And you got to be smart enough to do it in a way where it's enjoyable. That's it. That's the whole spiel. I did not plan on saying all that last part, but it's the truth. If you're not going to be brave and you're not going to put yourself in a position where the pressure's on, you're not going to grow. And then you're going to find justifications, excuses, and maybe you'll start bitching, or you'll blame someone, or you'll blame your team, or you'll blame the people that you have on your Facebook audience, or you'll blame where you live, or you'll find something to blame, or maybe I'm in the wrong niche, or you'll find something to excuse. But really all that's happening is you're playing small. You're being a chicken. And when you're being a chicken, you feel depressed and miserable and flat and overwhelmed and anxious because how you're showing up doesn't, if you show up today and you show up with excellence today, like I did the best, I brought the best of me through today, you're not going to wake up anxious because you're like, if I'm doing my best in life, of course amazing things are going to happen, right? If you're actually expanding yourself to the next level version of yourself and you're opting into things where you're required to grow. The reason I constantly make commitments that I'm like, how the hell am I going to make that happen? Is because who I am today can't make that happen. I have no choice but to grow or else I'm screwed because I just made a commitment that I don't have a choice. I have to make it happen. This, like, you hear stories like this all the time. Like, this woman smoked for 60 years and she couldn't smoke. And then she went to the doctor and the doctor said, you have lung cancer. If you don't stop smoking, you're going to die in 6 months. And she never smokes a cigarette again. You hear these kind of stories all of the time. You hear this woman, she was letting her husband beat her and, he was hitting her and she just she was codependent. She couldn't deal with it. And then he smacks her daughter and that's it. She's up, she's out, she's done. She leaves that relationship. Because when something emotionally stirs us up in us, we will hit a whole new level. You see the moms, their kid is under a car and they flip the car and they flip it over. There's a whole nother level that we can be showing up at in our lives. And we're not tapping into the strongest, most powerful parts of us. We're not. And then on top of it, not only are we not tapping into the most powerful parts of us, we're not putting ourselves under pressure, we're not being brave, then we're not being smart enough to do things like purchase a program that has these hacks, or get in the room full of a bunch of other people doing the same kind of work, or hiring a mentor who has the other kind of, who has the results that we're looking for. We're not doing those other types of brave things where we're being smart and we're learning to be savvy. It's not about being careful, it's about being savvy and smart. There's a big difference. Too many people in this field, they're careful, but life is rigged for the bold. That's the way it is, like it or not. And bold is something that you can learn. That's not like, well, I'm just kind of a quiet person. I'm not really bold, or I'm not loud. No, I'm loud. I'm not bold. We're humans. It's hard for everybody to be that way. Yep, it is September 16th. Thank you, Susan. My team is on. Hi, Gina. Yes, you got this, girl. You really do. If one person can do it, anybody can do it. But these are some tips, right? Like, it's going to require bravery. That's it. That's the end of the story. It's just going to take some bravery. But you guys got this, right? There's nothing stopping you. There's not a single thing stopping you. Get really clear what it is you want, what you long for. Does the hacks feel like, oh my God, 30 handed down hacks? Then say hell yes to it and go over to the sales page and click the button and get your ass in the program. If it's something like one-on-one coaching program, if you want to build like one-on-one, great. I got my Diamond Mastermind. Do you need a whole library, back end of library? We have the experience program, right? You have a whole back end of all library to do stuff. Do you want to bang out your first online program and actually get it done? Great. PM me about the 2-hour call. But just get really clear, like, hey, what is the thing that I really long for? What do I really want? What is my goal? What is stopping me from getting me? And how can I be brave and pull in resource to help me be smarter and work smarter around that and save time and save money and hack my way right through that? Because that's a big deal. Yes. The comments are frozen for me, so I can't see if you're commenting. Okay. If you're brand new, let me know so I can come say hi. I always do. I come to your page and I see who you are and I lock you in my brain and I hold you in my energy. If you're a friend, say hello. If you got value, please share the video. Let other people get the value as well. And if you have any questions on the program at all, feel free to ask. Don't be afraid to PM me. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. There's no question that you couldn't ask. I am the questions queen. I ask every single question there ever could be about anything. So don't hesitate to reach out and ask for what you need. And if you're confused about what resource that you need, you can, I know my business is a little bit of a shop, sort of a shopping experience. If you're confused on what kind of resource, reach out. But I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't ever do another program of mine, do the templates program. Just go check it out and check in with yourself and see, you know, on the inside of how that feels for you. mandyperry.com/templates, okay? Yeah, girl! And she just joined the other program too. Nice to have you, Marlene. So nice to have you. Yeah, you're gonna love the Love program. You're gonna love it. It's amazing. People are already having massive, huge breakthroughs in that program. Just wait. Just wait. Ah. Okay, I think that's everything I have to say. If you have any questions, just let me know. Hello from Denmark. Hello back. If you missed the first part of live when you're done, oh, thank you, Susan. Yes, and maybe you can just drop the link one more time, Susan. That would be great because I know we can't pin it to the top anymore. So that would be fantastic. Thank you for saying hi. I love when you guys say hi to me. It's my favorite. It's like hanging out with the whole world. We got Denmark, we got the States girls, we got Canada here, we got the UK. I love it. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. And seriously, I can't wait for you to see the templates program. You're gonna die. It's amazing. All right, have a great night, guys. Thank you, Susan.